Hey again. I got asked on Instagram what invoicing systems I'm using, so I thought I'd just come on here and let you guys know, just in case you're looking for one. I'm a solo operator, so this works for me. Basically, I use Square, which I'm not sponsored by these guys at all, but I use Square. Basically, they've got a direct debit system that I can save all my clients on an invoicing client list, and then after the mo, I can just click, once they've saved their card on there, I can click direct debit and it invoices them, charges 2%, but you just factor that into your pricing. But then it chucks the money in my account the next day. And then by the end of the week, once you get to the end of the week, you don't have to chase people for invoicing. You've direct debited them as soon as you've mowed the lawn. So basically what I do for the first mow is I invoice them. I say you have to pay before I start the lawn. And if you want to be a regular client, save your card on the system, they do that. And then onwards, I just direct debit them after each mow. That makes it pretty easy. But obviously you've got some clients that do need invoice still, and some clients I still invoice, but I know they're the payers. Once they're the payers, I don't push them too hard to get their card details because I know they're going to pay eventually. But the Square invoicing system also works well if you're not direct debiting. It does 3 reminders on them. It's like the day after, 3 days after, and a week after. And I've found pretty much most of my clients after the second one, they'll pay up straight away. So you're getting your payments still within a week sort of thing, which is pretty handy, especially when you forget to send reminders and all that sort of stuff. The other invoicing app that I use to invoice, if they don't have cards, so like your real estate agents, DVA, anyone that's kind of needs to be invoiced, like some of the commercial properties and stuff like that don't have credit cards that they use. So I just use Invoice to Go, which I don't use too much, but I just use that for that. So and then I just get their lowest subscription, which is like, I think it's 50 invoices or something. So I'm not using too much of that throughout the year. Most of my regular clients are on Square, and I've found Square really, really good. And their customer support's really good as well, where Invoice to Go has shit customer support. You have to message them and you can't ring them and all that sort of stuff, where Square, you can you message them and you get a reply kind of within a day sort of thing, and it's not too bad, and they'll help you with whatever. The only thing is, if you're getting a card reader, do just invest and buy one of the $50 Square card readers, because the phone reader's hit and miss on certain cards, so you can be out there for ages trying to get it to work on your screen, where the little card reader is really good if you're doing giving people the card option. And obviously cash as well. And Square has a cool thing, because I personally don't try to do dodgy shit. I just put it all into the system and work it out at tax time. But it's got a system where you can do like cashies, so you can input your cash and it will record it in the system and not charge you the 2%, but you still get the record, and it still gives you graphs, and then you can actually see what your business is going and all that sort of stuff. The only thing with Square is its estimate stuff is shit. So I use Invoice to Go for estimates, because Square, you got to do like a piece of paper and then save it onto the system, and then where I don't want to use paper, I just want to use the invoicing stuff. So I use that instead. So Invoice to Go, so I'm using both. And Invoice to Go I'm also using for my expenses. I put all of them in there, and then at the end of the year, it just gives me a thing that I give to my tax man, and it says all the different categories that I've made, and he goes from there. But that's the 2 systems I'm using. I hate Invoice to Go. I'll probably end up throwing Invoice to Go in the bin because it pisses me off, but that's the 2 systems that I'm using. So I hope that helped.